welcome to part 4 of my CRaFTi Experiments videos playing with the Art Deco Water Marbling Paints. I got into a bit of a mess with black and made everything a bit murky trying to play with the metallics and the sparkle in the previous video. They weren't that successful. I mean, I haven't seen them dried yet, but I don't think they're going to be very successful. So in part 4 I'm going to be playing around with flowers and trying to do a bit of foliage as well. Lots of the things that I'm going to try I've seen on Blue Ivy Marbling, so I will link her channel in the description of all of the videos that I've been doing as well, and all of the other people who have inspired me when I've been watching. So I'm going to start with the same pattern that I did in the magazine commission that I've mentioned in most of the videos. It's Simply Cards and Papercraft 254, and it's a masterclass on these water marbling paints, and I did this as one of the advanced ones, showing how you can do a marbled background and then create flowers on top of it. So I'm going to try and recreate that kind of a background. Now for that magazine one I used this slightly lighter blue, so I think maybe I'll go with my mixed up lighter blue and the light blue plus white to create my background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the white first. I've never actually done flowers on the large A4 before, because when I was doing that magazine commission I was working on A5, so I'm going to have to try and get the balance right of you know, filling up my background so that the flowers don't end up enormous, unless they do, and then that can be, you know, something else to show you as well. But we shall see what happens. And if I can actually remember how to do the flowers perfectly. I mean, they don't have to be perfect, but I'm just going to add different blue tones to the background, and then we're going to do a marbly, just swirling it around, and then we're going to do the flowers on top of the background. So just going to add in this lighter blue colour, and you can mix any of your own colours together. So maybe you wanted to do a specific flower and you needed more of like a periwinkle colour or a coral colour or something. You can easily mix together your different colours to create those kind of tones as well. I'm just going to do pink flowers for this one. Maybe pink and purple. No, maybe pink and red, and trying to use some of these colours that I had mixed for the magazine commission because they worked really nicely to create floral elements. So going with a bit of this darker blue and then going with much more of the lighter blue. You don't particularly have to make a swirly background, you can do a solid colour as well, but I just really like the way that Jen from Blue Ivy Marbling does like this cool swirly background first, and sometimes she even puts green in it and does foliage in the background first as well, which I think looks really cool. Okay, so we've got light blue. I'm going to do a little bit more white. Where did I put my white? There. So, okay. Then we're going to take a kebab skewer and just swirl this a little bit, just to give an interesting background. And then you'll just be able to see this behind all of the flowers, because the flowers will push it out of the way. Okay, so we've got a gorgeous swirly background, and then I want to start with pinks. And I really like this light pink, but I used it all up in a different video. I think maybe it was the second video. So I'm going to mix up a bit more, which probably means I'm going to need to open a second white, because I have practically run out of my other white. So to open them, you just pull off this seal. I think that's just a bubble of paint, yeah. And then you want to give them a good shake. And it does leak into the cap, but that's fine. Okay, so good squirt of white in there. And then a bit of the gorgeous pink. Just to make a lighter toned pink as well. And then I did also have a reddy pink for that magazine commission, which I think is still alright, that one. I think it's just the pink that's gone a bit funny. I think that's still alright, so I'm going to mix up a bit more of that. And that was just the pink with some red. I just think it looks really nice having a variation in the same colour for like a flower. So let's go with this darkest colour on the outside and just do a few flowers. This is going to be totally random as to like where the flowers end up on our background, because obviously I'm using A5 pieces of card, so when I would then turn them into cards you can't really predict exactly where anything is going to have ended up really. So let's do that many flowers. Maybe make this one a little bit bigger and this one. Okay, so we'll go darkest colour and we'll go lightest colour. Oop. Because there's white in this light colour, it's making the flowers open up a bit more. Because you probably saw when I was doing the background, the white kind of made the blue move away. Okay, then let's go with the pink straight from the bottle. Okay, so see, some of these flowers are getting quite large now, so I'm not 100% sure what they're going to turn out like, but we shall see. And we'll put more of the sort of reddy pink colour in there. Right, let's try and pop that bubble. Okay, then let's go lighter pink again. Okay, and then normal pink straight from the bottle. Then darker pink again. Okay, and then one more lighter pink as well. This does take quite a long time to do these kind of patterns. You can definitely just start with one flower as well if you want to. Okay, so those are all of our flowers. Then when I was playing for the magazine commission, where did I put it? I think maybe I put it back over here. Oh yeah, I've got these little hat pins. They were Sue Wilson hat pins. These worked really nicely for using as like a stylus to shape the flowers, so I'm going to do that again. So you just go opposites, so you go out to the inside and then you go from the outside to the inside, from the outside to the inside for as many petals as you want. And then you can also swirl the centre if you want to give the centre a little bit of pattern as well. It's really fun to do, it's really therapeutic actually. So opposites first. You can also do pointy flowers. You can pull outwards again from the petals, but I like the rounded flowers, but you can definitely do pointy ones as well. And you can do more petals as well, so you could do like this and bring in more petals. Like that too. Doesn't it look so cool? I just really like it. It is really fun to do. They almost look like geode slices as well when you leave them like that too. I can't wait to try doing some foliage. I've never done foliage before, so I'll be trying that after this. Possibly doing something that I've seen Blue Ivy Marbling do, where she does foliage and then tiny little flowers on it, which I think looks really cool. Okay, so I can pull this off now. Wow, doesn't that just look so cool? Oh, I love that. So good. Okay, I'm going to go with a white and blue background again, and my white is really leaking into the lid. This is the new one that I just opened. So we'll do white, and then this light blue, and we'll do the slightly darker blue as well. I don't know if I said before, this light blue is literally just the white and the light blue. So this is even lighter light blue. It does get a little bit more deceptive. Like this looks dark, but it's because there's so much paint that's now settled to the bottom, because I've been playing with this water for so many different prints. So you kind of have to remember, you're not going to get exactly what you see on the surface, because there's stuff underneath the surface of the water that's kind of changing what you're seeing on the top of the surface. Okay, and then a little bit more white. Let's go back to the almost empty bottle. Okay, and let's swirl this background around. And then I really want to try Blue Ivy Marbling's way of adding like a vine or a couple of vines, depending how much the paint opens out, and then adding little flowers to the vines. I really want to try doing that. So I've got green, and then I've got the lighter green as well. They do open up quite a lot, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be able to do with this. Let's just see. Yeah, so it really does open up quite a bit. So is it better to do it like that, or is it better to... Gosh, it's going to be really green now. I'm just going to keep going. Right, I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to put some lighter green, but I think for the lighter green I'm going to take a cocktail stick. And put it in the centre. Don't know if this is going to work the same way hers usually works, because this is it's gone a lot bigger. Maybe do a few more drops of it in there. Okay. Because the way she does it is she takes her stylus tool and she kind of like flicks through the green like this, and then she comes back through the middle. Ah, it does work, and that looks really cool. Okay, and then I really want to do some yellowy orangey flowers on this one, I think. So let's go with the orange and hope they're not going to make too big a flower. Okay, and then I'm going to go with a cocktail stick inside the yellow. Oh, that's a funny cocktail stick. Okay, there's something on the surface of the water just there. I'm not sure I can get it without messing it up. I shall leave that. Then let's go back to the orange. Another cocktail stick. Well, that's going to be too much, I think. Okay, and then back to the yellow. Because the idea about using a cocktail stick is you're putting less onto the surface than if you're going straight from the bottle, which means you should have a bit more control over it, really. Right, tiny bit more orange in the centres. And then I think we'll play with those flowers. Okay, oh, I'm getting paint everywhere. Is that on properly? Okay, back to the hat pin to do the flowers on this. So let's go. A little swirl in the middle. Oh, they look so cute. Okay, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to take this on paper, I think. So I'm going to use the actual water marbling paper. Pick this one up. Oh, look at that! Whoa, dropped it. That looks so good. For my final go at flowers for this video, I think I'm just going to start with a white background. And then I think I'm going to do some rainbow flowers and see what they turn out like. So we're going to go with red. As I was saying before, probably in a different video, Jane Gill's gorgeous doodled flowers that I did one of my up close videos on, that's what I'm envisioning when I'm doing a background like this. I'm thinking this would look really good with some of those flowers like stamped over the top in black and white. So, question is, do I just pull this off like it is? I could do that, and then I could do another one with actual flower. Maybe I will do that actually. I do have a couple of A4 pieces still, because I put their alum on them when they were A4, and I've got a couple left as A4, so perhaps I could get the whole thing. Don't know if that's going to work. Might have completely messed it up, or it might come out brilliantly. I have no idea. Well, I'm going to repeat what I just did and turn them into flowers as well. But I just really wanted to take that off like that, I think. How did it go? Well, pretty good. Some of them are running a little bit, but we can rinse that off. If we want to pull them closer together, I think we can do that. Yeah. Oh, stop though. Go back that way a bit. There we go. That'll work. Pulling them a bit closer together. And then let's do the actual flower. And we're going to go lots of petals. I won't do this well. Yeah, I like that. And then if I take that on an A5 piece, I should be able to utilise it on both cards, so that's good. Okay. Yay! Oh, I did get an air bubble there, but that's alright. That looks pretty good. So, I think that's going to be it for part 4 of my CRaFTi experiments using the DecoArt Water Marbling Paints. So, I hope you enjoyed me just playing around and, you know, creating some bits and pieces. It's not necessarily a tutorial, it's just sort of playing around. So, hopefully you enjoyed that. And then part 5, I think I'm going to go back to playing with the rakes and combs and things. And I'm going to try and make a double rake to try and do the peacock or bouquet kind of design as well. So I'll see you in part 5 if you want to watch that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!